We are using the rhythm system called Takadimi. You've already noticed that the quarter notes are ta, 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 ta. The eighth notes are ta-di, 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 ta-di. Another thing to note is that on this slide there are 4 quarter notes. Just like you would have 4 quarters in a dollar, a lot of times in music we group things together in groups of 4. So there are 4 quarter notes. Count how many eighth notes there are. Did you get 8? So there are 8 eighth notes here. And the eighth notes are going to be the same as ta, but then we're adding another one, which is on the upbeat. So the tas are on the downbeat, and the ds are on the upbeat. Repeat after me. Ta, 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 ta. Ta-di, 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 ta-di. On this slide, we have the eighth notes on top. Remember, there's 8 eighth notes. And now we're going to introduce the 16th notes. If you count all of these notes, you will come up with 16 of them. They're called 16th notes because they add another note between ta and di and a note after di. So now we have Takadimi, 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 Takadimi. That's what the system is named after. Repeat after me. Ta-di, 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 ta-di. Takadimi, 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 Takadimi. Another thing to note is that the eighth notes have 1 beam. 16th notes have 2 beams. This is important when we get to rhythms like this. We have 1 beam and then 2 notes that have 2 beams. So we have an eighth note and 2 16th notes. If you notice below where all the takadimis are, the ta on the top line is ta and ka put together. So it's 1/8 note. Then the next 16th note is D and then mi. This is what it sounds like. Ta-di-mi, 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 ta-di-mi. My turn and then your turn. Ta-di-mi, 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 ta-di-mi. Takadimi, 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 takadimi. Now we have 2 16ths followed by an eighth note. So this time we have ta and ka, and then the third 16th note is D, but because it's an eighth note, the mi is part of the D. So it sounds like takadi, 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 takadi. My turn and then your turn. Takadi, 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 takadi. Takadimi, 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 takadimi.